Hello and welcome back to my channel for a new recipe. Today's recipe will be cinnamon puffs. Come and join me please. Let's make this delicious treat together. So I've got here a cup. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of dry yeast. Then I'm going to add warm water. Make sure the water is warm, not cold and not hot. It's in between. So mix together the yeast and the water. Stay on the side. Make sure that you cover it as well, please. So what I've got here now for the dry ingredients: 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and pinch of salt. So I'm going to mix all these dry ingredients up together. Now once I mix all my dry ingredients, now it's time to add the wet ingredients in. So we've got here 2 eggs, 1.5 teaspoon butter. Make sure your butter is at room temperature. If it's cold, just warm it up, doesn't matter. And now we're going to add 1 teaspoon vanilla. Once we add our vanilla, now we're going to add the yeast that we mixed it up earlier. The yeast we prepared earlier, and the water. So here's the yeast and the water that we prepared earlier. And then I'm going to add half a cup of whole milk. Make sure your milk is warm as well, not cold, not hot, warm milk. So now I'm going to mix all these ingredients up together using a spatula. Then I'll have to use my hands. You can also use the machine if you have a machine. I have a machine, but I just didn't bother today. And now this is the dough. I'm going to use my hand. I'm going to mix them up well till. So now make sure that when your dough gets sticky to the board, keep adding flour, guys. Make sure that you keep adding flour. So the texture that we're looking for is a dough that will not stick to the board or stick to your hands. So we're going to keep mixing and adding a bit of flour here and there till we get the right texture of the dough, what we're looking for. And when I mean by adding flour, I don't mean adding like handful of flour, just a little bit, like here and there. See, it's getting better. Now the dough is almost ready. It's perfectly done. This video is a bit long, but it is not complicated or hard to make these sweet cinnamon puffs. Now I'm going to place in a bowl and cover it. And make sure that you leave it to rest for 1 hour. And this is the results after an hour. See, it's puffier. And now I'm going to remove it from the bowl. And I'm gonna put some flour on the board and then place the dough to the board, and we're going to be doing our final step now. Now I'm going to make this into one big round shape and then cut into 4 pieces. Now I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces, and I'm going to take one piece and flatten this one piece. Make it flat, this one piece, and as you're going along, add flour to the dough when you're turning, just a little bit so it doesn't stick on the board. Make sure that this step is very important, adding flour, so otherwise it will be hard to remove from the board if it sticks to the board. And don't do too thin. And now I'm going to be cutting into medium size square shapes. Yeah, now it's time to cut them into small square shapes and leave them on the side. You see how easy they are, and they taste amazing. Now I've heated here sunflower oil, and make sure it's actually hot, and I'm going to place sweet puffs in. I'm going to fry them, and make sure that you keep ironing, because we don't want one side, like make sure that you turn them. We don't want one side to be more brownish gold than the other side, so we want to get the same color. And now I'm going to just turn them as I go along. And now is actually time to take them out. They're done. I'm going to allow them to cool for 5 minutes. And now here I've got 3 full tablespoons of custard sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder. Mix them together, these two. And now I'm going to place the puffs inside, one at a time. And here's the puffs. I'm going to place them one at a time. These are very delicious sweet treats. And now the cinnamon puffs are completed, and this is the results. If you liked any of my recipes, please share, like, subscribe and comment, and do follow me on all my social media accounts. Thank you for watching. See you next time for a new recipe. Bye.